Alright, so I'm gonna do like a quick update on how people are doing right now. I do feel like some things are best for me to not even say because I want that energy to be able to play out peacefully without any interruptions and stuff like that. But um, I feel like everything happened for a reason though. Like even my part in this whole scenario of this stage play, being the tarot reader and exposing shit through my intuition. And even if that caused like a chain reaction, like Eligio listening to my readings and then reacting out of that space, and he go back and he abuse somebody or something like that to get them back into the programming that they was working to get out of. Like all of that is for a reason. All of that is divine. But just like when the Klan was burning down Black Wall Street and all of that, and they got so tired of, you know, all that energy putting in burning shit down, and those black people fought back. So some of the Klan members died as well. So then they went into systematic oppression where they tap into your mind and try to make you think that you're free, but you still oppressed. Like Eligio, he represent all of that to me. Everything that he do reminds me of colonizers, reminds me of the Klan, reminds me of white plantation owners. Everything that he do reminds me of that. Cause that's how he operate, that's how he think, and that's how he treat people. He is the oppressor. It's just on a smaller scale of his little cult or whatever. But that's exactly what he doing from that mindset, that thinking. And you could convince people of something for long enough, but eventually when it starts to hurt enough or they get way too tired, there's nothing that you could do. No programming that you can do could put them back in that space. But I am worried about people's safety because I feel like he do little dumb shit like hide people papers and make it hard for them to leave. So anyways, let's just get into this reading. I just wanted to put that because, and I don't know if I'm gonna read on ex carbonation members. Except for one, I do want to read on one, which is Tori. hmm but nah, if they left the situation, I don't have no reason to read on them. If they left it and they done and they through and they moving on with their life, I don't have no reason. So I won't. Like I try to be respectful of things. Anyways, let's get started. I already did Velvet and Eligio. I want to do Pisce. Okay, so Velvet right now is working on building her like a stronger foundation. She's trying to figure out ways that she can do for herself or create what she wants to create. So I do like this energy that I'm getting in the beginning of this reading because it's showing me that she is looking forward. She is trying to find balance and start new beginnings. But it's still a struggle for her. What I'm feeling is like she's making mistakes, but she is learning from it. It's starting to get to the point that every time she tried to step towards Eligio, the universe create like some type of tower moment, something painful or hurtful to kind of like push her back on track. Because what is that? What time is it? 1 in the morning? Hold on. Cause you wanna know what that sound like? That sound like one of those trucks that dang, it sound like it's gone. It sound like one of those trucks that you would hear when I was like living in the hood. They would spray the ditches with like a chemical or something like that, and it's supposed to kill the mosquitoes, but I feel like it did way more than that. But I ain't never seen that out here, so but that's what it sound like. Or it sound like one of those trucks where they have like the little brooms on the side of them and they sweeping up the streets or something. Okay. So I do feel like at a time she was trying to do things quickly, and the universe kind of like paced her, slowed her down, made her have more patience, because you know now that she's going to need it to be able to get through this. But I'm feeling like she's struggling sometimes. She's struggling to cope sometimes. But I feel like she is trying to heal in her own way. She's not really, I don't feel like she's really taking the advice of like her mom and stuff like that. I feel like she's really working hard on healing herself, but it is a struggle at times. I remember Eligio saying something about that she was with his people and they was on the phone having an argument or something. And I did believe what he said. Now, she keep running back to Eligio energy, but she not trying to run back to him, which is progress. But she's still looking for his energy. So she is like associating with old carbonation members and stuff like that. And I feel like that's unhealthy. Even if these people don't want to go back to carbonation, they are subconsciously like reprogramming each other. Like they do this is because they looking for something similar to the environment and the programming that Eligio provide, which is toxic, but they got used to it, so they looking for that. It's almost like being institutionalized. All right, so clarity on this. Yeah, she's, oh my goodness. She keep full, it's a struggle, I ain't gonna front. She keep feeling pulled back to him because she need to work on her solar plexus and her base chakra. She needs to work on that area that is completely off balance. And she starting, sometimes she want to function out of that area, and that's where she got the attachment still. She's feeling in a emotional loss. I guess I'm gonna have to take pictures of this to like really show people. I'm loving these new cards I got. Psychic Tarot Oracle by John Howland. I'm loving these because the definitions are clear, and not just that, like the pictures trigger like certain intuitive responses out of you. So, but I'm not reading these cards reverse, but I am taking note like which cards did came out reverse, because it just tells me a little bit. She still has an attachment to him. And my goodness, sometimes she get really romantic in her head about his ass. She get really romantic. I feel like sometimes it's hard for her to remember the really bad parts. There was good times, yes, it was, but that bad outweighed that good. I mean, severely. It's not worth the pain. It's not worth the pain. She is going through I do feel like she's a bit impatient with herself because she wants stability, and she wants it quickly. And she's like actively looking for it. But I feel like she's looking for stability in the same way that Eligio would, because she's still thinking through his programming. She really, I'm gonna do like some research on the best route for her to do that, because I do think that counseling will be helpful for her. It will help to deprogram her. And I feel like she could do something like CBD, CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, which is like short-term therapy or something like that. Or I know I was hearing about this other type of therapy where they microdose you on ecstasy, not ecstasy, but I don't know what you call it, maybe acid or something. But it's some type of psychedelic, but it calms you or something. Anyways, they microdose you on it, and it somehow accelerates the healing process. There's some people who went to the military and got PTSD, and they tried that, and it was very helpful. It's the same with like ayahuasca. A lot of people who suffer from post-traumatic stress syndrome, they go to like ayahuasca ceremonies and stuff and get some type of healing. It's all about what she chooses, but she needs to find something. I feel like she keep looking for answers within his energy. It's more than the five sciences. She needs to look outside of that box and start to feel comfortable outside of that box. Because right now, she's trying, but she's struggling because she do need help. But she's prideful, so she don't like to ask for help, and she don't like to admit when she wrong at times. She's very heartbroken. The bottom of this deck is heartache and loss. She's hurting. She really is. I wouldn't be surprised if she really is like blowing up his phone, which I feel like she has, and trying to get his attention, which I feel like she has. But there's something underneath the surface that's keeping her away from that. It's keeping her away, even though she slip up sometimes. Sometimes she slip up. I could see this in this conflict and defeat card. This man is like, he's stumbling down these stairs, looking like he trying to make it to the bathroom on time, but he looking panic and frantic. And I feel like that's her sometimes. Especially if she feel like she's not getting what she wants. She be weighing the pros and cons in her head, and then sometimes she feels like the good outweigh the bad. But then she slowly come to her senses, and then the cycle like starts again. But that's why she should go to counseling, because she need concrete reasons of why this is not good for her. And whatever she's holding on within it is a part of his programming. The way that he trained her to feel about herself. So she's is gonna have to get some type of help for this, to release this attachment, because she is struggling. She is struggling. Alright, let's start on the Eligio. The first card I pulled is heartache and loss. So yeah, his pride, his ego is very bruised. He is hurt right now. I also had this card with, oh my goodness, I did not take a picture of the cards. Now that don't make me mad. Alright. So I did have this card with Velvet. So they both feeling the hurt of it. But for different reasons. Let's get more into his reasons for this heartache and loss. Alright, so Eligio do have feelings for Velvet. Alright, deep down inside, like below that narcissistic demon is a soul. A soul that he don't tap into, and he don't activate enough, but it's there. And his soul has a attachment for Velvet, and so it's real. It's real hurt and pain. It's real emotions here. He do have emotions for her, but the way that he perceive love and the way that he too toxic for anybody. He don't know how to keep his hands to himself. He's childish as hell. He don't know how to regulate his emotions. He don't have no self-control. He got substance addictions. He got a sex addiction. He too egotistical. I mean, him being in that space, he can't love somebody like they deserve to be loved. So he would have to heal that first, and he would have to want to heal it, not because Velvet want him to. He will have to do it himself. She can't change him. If she go back to him, she won't be doing anything but enabling him. That would just interrupt the process. Because he won't feel no need to change, because he keep getting what he want by being a tyrant. Alright, so the interesting thing here is that I'm seeing his spirit move. I'm seeing him being triggered in a way that is triggering change, but he's very resistant to it and very disruptive. So he could just be hitting on people just to hit on them. He could just be being mean to be mean, because he's feeling a temptation and he's trying to resist it. And the temptation has to do with him changing, because he do want Velvet. He do. And I feel like it's activating his heart chakra. Like this temptation card, so interesting. It's like this person, they like reaching for the light, but it's like this dark energy or entity like holding on to them. That seemed to be like what's going on with him, that narcissistic demon. But his soul, and even in this card, this person seemed to be breaking away from their body, like their soul is reaching for this light. But it's like and then under the light it's like a key or something. But this narcissistic demon though, man, he need healing. To be real, if he did heal, there could be a good relationship here if he did heal. But this is what healing look like. He would have to let those people go. Stop mistreating and misusing people. He needs to get control of his addictions. He needs to stop blaming him hitting on women on his passionate nature. Because I'm a passionate mother. I'm a passionate person. And I don't be putting my hands on people. So, and it doesn't, Like when you in a space are just in a certain point of getting in tune with your spirit, you realize like those things don't make you feel good. Cause he right, that is a reflection of himself, the way that he treat other people. Every time he yelling at somebody, I'm like, you yelling at your fucking self. So why are you doing it? But he don't feel like that applies to him. So he needs work. He needs to get some healing. He need to grow up. He need to change, evolve. Like for real, for real. So and he would have to do that first before he could be in a good relationship with anybody. With anybody. But he is tempted. And he almost want to give her what she want. But he be knowing that when he be promising her stuff, that it's a facade. He be knowing that. But she stands strong and refuse to accept anything less than what she deserves. Then, you know, maybe. But he's so caught up in this narcissistic energy, I just don't even know. Yeah, he really struggling. I feel like him and Velvet got this pull between them. And he wanna fake the funk. He wanna fake it until he make it. He want to fake it and tell her whatever she wanna hear in order to have her come back to him. And this waiting game, all of this is strategic. Like him refusing to talk to her, and also him trying to silence her, talking about if she come on the internet and talk about whatever, then she just trying to get my attention. She just Velvet need to get past the point. Like that shit don't even faze her. If she want to talk on the internet and she want to talk about her life and what she experienced, then she could do that. He just trying to keep her quiet because even though his soul has an attachment to her, this entity like that's on him and attached to him doesn't. This entity on him just wants to destroy her, feed its ego. So that's all he know how to do at this point. He will have to heal that, or he gonna always do what he do to her. What he doesn't understand though is that this is also hurting him, and his mind is just not clear. Eligio got real mental issues. Like he real deal crazy. It's not just a act or whatever like that. It's not just it's something wrong with his computer chip. It's something not right about it. So I don't even know if in this lifetime he will be able to get out of this. It feels like something very purposeful. I feel like this overcoming this um this narcissistic energy is like an ultimate test that he been trying to complete like for many lifetimes. I mean many lifetimes, trying to break free from this. To be honest with you, I remember doing a reading a time back, and I was like seeing his guides and stuff like this. Ooh, this feels like a very like ancient curse. I mean, something that he got caught up in years, I mean, centuries ago, and it still affects him today. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about like something very like ritualistic that he took place in. It might have to do with the lifetime that he had with Malia, because he sacrificed her in another life. Nah, it's not that lifetime. It's even further. Okay. When it comes to like energy, spirit, source, and all of that and stuff, time is not the same. Like when we pass away, we could be from the future and we could be from the past. So I feel like at one point Eligio did work with a certain group of souls, very advanced souls, but they very like just sadistic in nature. They care a lot about power and control, and they really have a lot of things locked down in this 3D reality, like Earth and shit. And he upsetted somebody way some time ago. This looking like ancient times, but I could see like a stage or something, just some type of open area. It's people who are wearing certain type of cloaks and stuff, and they doing some type of ritual. And I actually feel like they killed him during this ritual, but it binded like his soul in some type of way. And I feel like this is what he been trying to get out of for like a long time. And I feel like it doesn't affect him like when he dies and he passed away and stuff. I feel like, but every time he come to this realm, it affects him. So, and I kind of feel like it might be only for like a certain number of time periods and stuff. Let me get some more. So I asked, how can he break this? And the answer is balance and harmony. I guess that's really for everybody, but um he gotta actually believe when he say that people are a reflection of him. Because if he truly had harmony in himself and love within himself, he wouldn't feel the need to put his hands on other people or even want to mistreat people. Like, he really needs to understand that. when he does that to other people, regardless of what he perceived what they did to him. But when he hurt other people like that, it's really based off of insecurity within himself. And he needs to take accountability for that. I just don't know. I just don't know if he'd be able to in his lifetime, to be real, because his mind, his computer chip is all messed up, distorted. Because I feel like sometimes he try to fight this, and he do try to like activate his spirit. And I feel like this is what he reaching for in this light. He trying to reach to like his soul, his inner being, like detached from like worldly things or whatever. But it's like he go one step ahead, and then his mind get to messing up, screwing up on him, and then he take 10 steps back. It's also due to the fact he's so sensitive, he get triggered easily. So he has a lot of trauma responses. Like any little thing that people do, he's extremely sensitive. He lack emotional intelligence. He's immature, and he has a very negative victim mentality. Like he's like the complete opposite of what he teach other people to be. And because he can't even deal with the criticism that he doing himself, he don't criticize himself like that. He don't do it. When he be saying stuff like, I know I put myself in this situation, I know that is because he trying to mimic what he think people want from him. But it's not real, it's not genuine. Because he go back off the camera and he just fall back into that same routine and pattern of being a tyrant. So I mean, looking at this energy, it's really sad. Because I felt like during his lifetimes, his spirit is like naturally very egotistical, all about me, and all of that. So it caused him to go down certain paths during the lifetimes. And he did get himself in some mess or whatever. But I do feel like he could overcome it. I feel like he could, if he really put in the work, he needs a very powerful realization. And I believe that the universe is going to give it to him eventually. I think they're just trying to give him a little time to try to do it on his own, but I feel like eventually he is going to manifest like long-term prison time or something like that, somewhere where he's going to be isolated and have to really reflect on everything, because he won't have any distractions. He won't have a cell phone, a computer. He won't have his slaves around him. He will have to do things himself. And that's like his worst nightmare, but he's manifesting that by his messed up behaviors. Alright, so when it comes to Pisce, let's just get a where he at right now. A general understanding of where he is right now, okay? Where is Pisce right now? What he feeling like? What he thinking like? What is going on with him? Alright, so the truth is that Pisce has been going through a transformation for a minute now. I mean, something major. Like, he got a lot going on within him, inside of him. His guides and the universe are really trying to pull him away from this. Really, really is. Because he's supposed to been left a minute ago. And he knows this, but let me see why he haven't left. Hold on. Alright, so the reason why he haven't left yet is because of his extremely low self-esteem. I mean, these men, they can't act like they're confident, but in reality, they are so insecure. So insecure, and it's understandable when you look at the amount of trauma that they've been through. And Pisce is very young. I feel like he like 21 or something like that, like very young. But he attached a lot of his self-worth to this. It's something like, I feel like it's harder for the man to leave because they have been extremely emasculated, and they're trying to gain some type of power and control where they lost it, but that's not how it works. So they have to get to that realization. And I mean, like, damn, all of his chakras coming out. He's hurting too. I think that he actually do miss that girl that he had a baby with. I'm really feeling that. And he feeling that. Because it's something about that connection that was very deep. They was in love with each other. And he don't, okay. All right, I hear you. He waiting on things to improve. And I feel like he trying to talk that girl into coming back because he don't feel confident in his ability to take care of a family. He may even say things like that, like I'm growing into a man, I'm not a man yet, so I have to sit here and take this. It is sad to see how limited their mind is, limited of their potential, because they waiting for things like getting their own room, getting their own tent and stuff like that. They waiting for stuff like that. when they could be out there manifesting more for themselves. So you have Eligio, he's sleeping in a nice big old king size bed, and you sleeping on the floor of a tent, and you waiting to upgrade to having your own room. Come on now. That's so limited. He is going through a major transformation. He been going through this for a minute. I mean, back when I was writing on my blog, he started this shift within himself. But he doesn't listen to his intuition. He doesn't listen to his inner voice. So what's going to happen is that it's going to manifest into a tower moment. I do feel like he may be pushed out of this situation, and somehow because of the abuse that Eligio put him through and the perception that he have of Eligio, they really do feel like he's powerful as like a god or something like that, something that they should worship and obey. Like, they really have that mindset, even though it don't make sense. It don't make sense. But Pisce has experienced sexual trauma, emotional trauma, physical trauma, and he's afraid to stand up for himself. Alright, clarity on this. But he is missing. I feel like he's missing more than his baby moms. I feel like he's missing some people in his family. And I do feel like Eligio made him some type of promise. Like, if you keep doing what you're doing, then you're going to have this, you're going to have that. But and he's trying to hold on to that, because if he let that go and let reality set in like all at once, it will overwhelm him. It would really break his heart. So he blocked a lot of stuff out in order to protect his emotions. But there's a longing in him. There is a longing. Oh, child. Okay, more of this. There's a longing in him to have something better, to not be hurting like this anymore. Like, saying that, Spirit showed me an image of him smiling when he was on that live and he seen his child. That really did hit hard for him. Like, real hard. Yeah, he's feeling bored as well, on top of everything else. It's like he getting tired of doing the same thing, seeing the same faces, just, he getting tired. Like, when it comes to the man, he's very neglectful. Like, yeah, he might give them like a ping pong table or something like that, and that's pretty much it. So it's like he becoming bored with this life. It's not satisfying him in no way. Right now, it just feels like suffering. And he have other needs as well, like emotional needs, physical needs. He miss, he really do miss his girl. He do. He missed the intimacy. He missed the, because he participates in homosexual behaviors and stuff like that, but he preferred women. He preferred to be with a woman. He's not gay. He's attracted to women. It's just that he was forced in certain situations, and now he's like confused about his sexuality. Yeah, his sacra and base chakra is all messed up. All messed up. Yeah, he's suffering in silence. He's not speaking on it to nobody. He know that they won't understand, or they would just try to get into his head again. And I feel like once I release this and Eligio listen to it, he probably will pull him to the side and try to reprogram him. But this is deep. This is deep in his spirit. He is suffering. Like, if Eligio really cared about him, he would send him home. Because he is suffering. He is so unhappy in this situation. And it's exhausting to keep trying to act happy. Like, just doing something, and you know what? Pisce he's supposed to be a leader. Like, honestly, he is more of a man than Eligio in every way. In every way. But Eligio manipulate, abuse that out of him. So he don't believe in himself and his own abilities to. But you know what? One day I do feel like he's going to get out of this, because he has like stuff to do outside of this. And you know what else? Like, he's young, so he's still trying to figure out like what's his destiny and stuff like that. But those questions are starting to pop up in his head, because there's no fruit from their labor. There's no real progress from what they do and what they learn. It is starting to feel like people sitting around playing make-believe and being a slave to this insecure man-child. Because Eligio is a man-child. He is a child. He be throwing temper tantrums. They have to baby him all the time. Like, he can't take no criticism. He always got to be right. Every time he say something that was meant to be funny, even if it's not funny, they got to laugh, because if they don't laugh, he will throw a fit. Like, that get exhausting being around that. I'm finna move along to damn, what's his name? Nostrils dude, the dude with the nostrils. What's his True and Sheba.